Hi guys, welcome back to Manicentric. Today we are doing a long overdue Orosa picks video. So if you love swatches, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Our first shout out goes to Polish Star, totally underrated, awesome nail artist. So go ahead and stop by her channel to show her some love. And we're going to start out with prepped nails and a quick show of all of the polishes I purchased from Orosa's site. They are $12 a bottle, vegan, free, cruelty-free, and gluten-free, as well as 14-free. So definitely a great investment if you're looking for a formula that's going to be quick drying and kind of luxury, along with the fact that it's going to have a lot of things that are not in it that you don't want. Our first polish that we're starting out with is this beautiful, bright, vibrant yellow, and this one is called Star. So I gotta say that I did like the formula. It's super pigmented. I had already heard things about the brush being a little stiff, but I think that that'll loosen up once I've used it a lot. So the verdict is out on the brush because it is workable. It comes out looking like it's a little streaky at the beginning until you get adjusted to it. But by the second coat, you kind of have a good feel of how much you need to float the formula to compensate for the brush being a little stiff. And as you guys can see, that was the second coat. For even my very prominent nail line, it only took 2 coats to get fully opaque. And our next one up is a muted apricot. That's the way it was described on the site because I actually couldn't figure out what to say about it. This one is Super Bloom. So I did go through the normal channels of checking to see if I could find this shade in Zoya because they were having a sale. I checked Ella Mila because, again, another brand that I shopped their sales, and I could not find a color precisely like this one by the viewfinders without it being a little too dark or a little too light. So I was super excited to go ahead and grab this one and add it to my collection. It really was opaque in the first coat for me, but I really wanted to make sure that there were no streaks, no bald spots or anything. So I am a 2-coat person. Unless you can still see my nail line, then I will push it to 3 coats. And by the way, we'll be following up with a Does It stamp video for these polishes. So we're moving on to our next one. So this one was described as a petal pink with peachy undertones. So Blossom was one of those polishes that I wasn't absolutely sure that I was going to get. Don't mind that. That's just the doorbell. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? This one is worth grabbing. It's unique to my collection. And as you guys can see, like, again, first coat, and now that I'm used to the brushes, I didn't need to do a second coat. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm sticking to my 2-coat method and going back in just so I can fill in around my cuticle, because I wanted to make sure that that is as smooth as possible. So you guys kind of see where I'm going back because I was overly cautious. I didn't want to get too close to my cuticle because I'm lazy and I hate cleanup. But definitely loving this shade. Again, another one that's unique to me. So this last, well, not the last one, but the last of the brighter colors. This one was described as a pink with violet undertones. So that was pretty intriguing for me. But Desert Rose was one of those colors that I wasn't sure I was going to really need, because I have some pinky shades that I grabbed from Zoya, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, but at the last minute I was like, it looks too pretty on screen for me to pass this one up. Now you do see a little bit of nail line with that first coat, so I'm guessing if you're heavy-handed or your nails are shorter, you might be able to pull off a one coater, but I did have to go in for two. But it's not a huge hassle because, like I said, the formula dries super fast. And you do want to wear top coats with these just so that you can get maximum gloss payoff. Now we are hitting the last color in this color of the ones that I picked, and this one is Midnight, and this one is described as the deepest navy. So of course I was actually really more pulling towards the Twilight shade that they have on their site, which is a slate blue with hints of violet. I really liked that one, but I also felt like my Zoya Air was close enough that I really didn't need that one. Whereas I haven't bought a navy blue polish in forever, just because they're usually pretty stainy. So I made sure that I had a base coat on and some cuticle oil around my cuticles. So that's it for me. If you're part of my nail fam, thanks for joining us. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and stay safe.